Today we're going to be looking at the golden range strategy, so let's get straight to it. Hey trader devs, I hope you're all going extremely well. My name is David and welcome to the channel where I go through trading strategies that I find on YouTube and on the web, and then I code them to debunk the bad ones and find the good ones. Today we're going to be looking at a strategy which was proposed to me yet again by the wonderful Discord members of my community. A trading strategy that is inspired also by trade champions, a bit like the last strategy that I did. This strategy uses a simple method of support and resistance lines which create a range, and then to take profit we're going to be using the Fibonacci levels. Now inside chart champions they use the 0.618 and the 0.66 to create a golden pocket which they call the CC. Today we're going to be testing this strategy with code so we can backtest it, see whether it actually really works and whether it's worth testing. Also you'll be able to connect it directly to bot so you don't have to sit in front of your screen all day. Right, let's get over to my computer, but before we do, as always, if you do enjoy the content, please don't forget to give it a good old thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. I do videos every Monday and Friday. You can also join me on Discord where I do live streams and you can get access to all of my strategies which you can add to TradingView. Okay, let's get over to the computer. Right, here I am on my computer as always, giving credit where credit is due. This trading strategy was inspired partly by this YouTuber, which is Chart Champions. I did a video recently about a VWAP strategy they also did, but it was partly inspired by them and also very much inspired by the Discord community, which is my Discord community, and a couple of members including Crypto Care Bear, Chris, Marco B and a couple of others. Mr. Wonder as well asked me to build this. They gave me snippets of code to help me on my way, as I know that this was quite a hard one for me to code, which includes the supports and resistance that we're going to look at now. Right, let's get over to the charts. Right, here we are on my trading view. I have started to mark out already this support and resistance zone, but I will go through with you the reasons why. So support and resistance are created when price comes down and taps on an area several times, creating support. When broken through, that support often becomes resistance. As you can see here, if you look here, this line here was actually hit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 roughly times before breaking through and potentially becoming resistance for price to break above again. As it's come down, it's also started to create a new support line, which would be here, 1, 2. If you go back further in time, you'll be able to see that this support and resistance lines was hit several times here as well. So you could have kind of predicted that this area would have been a future support zone for Bitcoin. So I've added these two white lines here, one where obviously, as I said, the price is bouncing off of it, which is now our new resistance, and then we have our support area as we've just bounced off of it once, twice, and as I showed you earlier quite a few times as well before in the charts. So the idea is when price comes down and tests this area and bounces off of it and breaks back into our new range. The range is between these two white lines here. We're going to be taking a long. So I'm going to add a long position just here. We're going to be saying as we come in, we're going to put a long position roughly on the candle after as it just opened. So we would have got in there with a bot. And then we're looking to add a Fibonacci retracement from the top of our range to the bottom to give us our take profit. So as I said in the intro of this tutorial, Chart Champions actually suggests taking profit at 0.618 or 0.66. Which he calls the CC or a golden pocket. So we're going to be adding our take profit just here. And then I'm going to press the play up here to play the chart to see we would have made profit or not. I did actually forget to say, but our stop loss would have been just below. We will look for our best stop loss, but just below that white line, which is our new support area. So I'm going to press play again, and we're going to see if we take profit. Okay, perfect. So that was our first take profit, as you can see, which we actually made a good profit of 15.74% and a 3.12 risk to reward. So that's excellent. That's our first take profit. As you can see, we're retesting this support up here. So we're going to be doing this resistance up here. So we're going to be doing the same for a short. Our bots would have got in just on this candle here as it has come up, tested that support area, that purple box, resistance area, the purple box, tested it, and as it's come back down, we're going to take a short. So I'm going to add a short position just here. Would have been on the candle after, as we've just come back into the range. We're going to put our stop loss just above, and then we're going to add a Fibonacci level between the two levels here. So it's from here all the way up. Oh, sorry. Using the wrong tools here. Okay, so our Fibonacci level will be here. So that's going to be our take profits. Okay, we're going to put it on the 618 just here, and we're going to press play. Okay, fantastic. That was another win. So as you can see, technically it looks like a good trading strategy. I'm going to go away and code this to try and backtest it. The couple of problems that I have had over the past is that I do know that creating and backtesting support levels is very, very hard in code. Coding support and resistance lines is very, very complicated. I've tried for a long time to code a good support and resistance strategy. So I do realize that today's video is going to be quite a challenge for myself, and realize that maybe it won't work out as I wish. But I'm going to give it a go anyway. I am, as I said, very lucky. There's a lot of people inside the Discord that have given me some example code snippets here and there for me to be able to try and find a good strategy. Now, I know there's loads of indicators that do build upon support and resistance, and they work fine when it's visual. But when you're going into taking entries, etc., as that price moves up and down, those support resistance lines will move with it and will delete or remove previous entries, repaint, and it does become quite a difficult strategy to code. So I'm going to give it a go. I hope that it'll work out, and I guess the best thing to do is just start coding. So let's cue that music and let's start coding. Go.
Come on, David, and once again he's gone to code a new strategy. He'll be back in just 5 minutes. RSI and MACD. If he doesn't run into any bugs, there will be a new strategy. Come on, David, hurry up. Come on, David, show us what you got. Come on, David, our patience running out. Come on, David, show us what you got.
Right, here we are back at my computer as always. Yeah, this one was rather hard to code. It took me quite a long time to get it to where it is. The support and resistance lines were an absolute nightmare to get good entries off of. The problem being is, as you can see, if I press play here, normally these support and resistance lines just bounce all over the place, not in the slightest consistent, not giving you good entries in the slightest, because as they bounce up and down, and they remove themselves, they repaint, and it just is a total nightmare. So thanks to Crypto Care Bear, which is a member of my Discord, I decided to do this in more block forms. So the idea is, instead of having a line here and a line here, we're going to have blocks which are supported by volume. These blocks will no longer move, well, they'll move a lot less, and we'll be looking at something more like this. So I started building a support and resistance area on this indicator here, which was a volume-based support and resistance by Tommy F 1001. Very good code. Let's have a look very quickly at my indicator over here. So as you can see, what I've done is I've used support and resistance zones instead of support and resistance lines, sorry. So what happens is as price comes in and creates this zone here, as we break back out of that zone, we are actually taking our entry. Same goes for longs. As we come and break into this zone, which is supported by volume, we're going to actually take a long. Now, these yellow lines here are the Fibonacci's 618, or 0.618 and 0.618. So that would be for bear and bullish signals. So we're going to be taking profit on them. Now, they're calculated automatically and created this yellow line, as you can see here, that creates a channel. So yeah, it seems quite good. Seems quite a good strategy to me. I've got to say that I quite like it. I've been going through it for quite some time. As you can see on the 618, it does give quite a few losses, but I have actually run this through the optimizer, and this is what I get as results. Okay, so let's have a look at some of these results. Now, this one here is, as I said, on the 4-hour time frame, so we're actually on the 15-minute for taking the entries, but the actual time frame of the zones here are on the 4-hour. Now, I don't particularly like multi-time frame indicators because they do create repainting, so be very, very careful. I've done my absolute best not to include repainting. The entries are actually taken on the open and not on the close, and I have been testing for quite some time now, and it seems to be fine. The indicator, the optimizer has given us completely different Fibonacci levels for bullish and bearish signals. So let's have a look at the results over here. Right, okay, so the results are in. We've done 86 trades on BTC USDT. We have a win rate of 59.3%. We have a profit factor of almost 2 here, 1.97. Max drawdown is 23%, which is absolutely huge. But when you look at the leverage that the optimizer has given us, we're on 25x leverage. So if you take that down to something like 5x leverage, obviously that's going to be a lot less. As you can see there, it's only 4% drawdown. Okay, let's put that back to where we were so that we know, oh, that's a bit too much. Right, okay, let's go and back to where we were. Okay, so the net profit on that leverage would have been 366% net profit. Drawdown I've already seen. Maximum number of wins in a row. Let's pull this out here. Maximum wins in a row would have been 9. Maximum losses in a row would have been 3. We're on a single take profit here, which means that this is actually quite good win rate for a single take profit. Wins are 51, losses are 35. Number of trades in total was 86. Now, the thing that I do like about this trading strategy is that it is quite good for going from one coin to another one. So if I go straight over to Ethereum without making any changes whatsoever, as you can see, the equity curve is absolutely not brilliant in the slightest, but we are still profitable. So with a bit of optimization, you would get this into something which is much better on multiple coins. If I go over to other coins here, even on XRP, even though the win rate is not good in the slightest, we're still in the net profit. So I do believe that if you use the optimizer to optimize it for each of the pairs, you could actually turn this into quite a good strategy. It's rare to find a strategy that as soon as you go onto each and every pair, that actually stays profitable. So it means that it could have potential. I will continue to optimize it myself. Seems like this has potential. I actually personally prefer a swing failure kind of pattern that I've been building as the ABC, but it does look like it does have potential. I will be optimizing it on several pairs myself to see if I can get better entries. One thing I have taken away from this is this Fibonacci level that I've actually drawn onto the chart. I'm going to be adding that to a lot more of my indicators that I add to TradingView. The reason being is I do believe that it does give good exits. But that was about it for this trading strategy. Next week, I thought what I'd do is I have a couple of indicators that I've already built based on Elliott wave, swing patterns and things like that. But I also like to explore some Python and some things like on-chain analysis, technical analysis. So I'd like to also add things like a glass node or something like that, get some data from that, and be able to look at things a bit differently than using some of these older indicators, which were designed mainly for Forex and things like that. Maybe it'll give us our edge, make our trading strategies a little bit better. I'm going to be exploring that on the channel next week a little bit more as well. So anyway, I hope that everybody has a great weekend. Without further ado, I'll say keep safe, keep coding, and I'll see you on Monday with more videos, more strategies. Take care, keep safe, keep coding, have a good one. Goodbye.